this evening. Because you see, the journey of transformation and the journey to restore Nevis to its historic and unique characteristic of being Queen of the Caribbean has started. My dear people, I wish to take you a bit back down memory lane. And I wish to take you back to March 5th, 2020. I am sure the good people of Nevis 5 St. Thomas's remember that date. Because you see, my dear people, it was on that date that the transformation to bring a new breath of fresh air, not only to NRP, but to the people of Nevis started. And it started when the NRP elected its first female representative. My dear people, the journey continued, and I bring you to September 2020, when the Nevis Reformation Party again made history and elected its first female party leader. And so, we are continuing with the journey. And the journey, my dear friends, have some significance. Because remember, I told you, my dear friends, that we are on a path to restore Nevis to being the top in the Caribbean, Queen of the Caribbean. And so, a few short weeks ago, the good people of St. Paul's, and St. Paul's will make some history, you know, because St. Paul's had some very good young persons putting themselves forward to represent the Nevis Reformation Party. But history was made there again when St. Paul's selected, nominated, chose, whatever you want to call it, elected their first female representative in the form of the dynamic J.D. Keynes. And so, St. John's, we are going around the island, and we are now here in your constituency, and we are continuing on that journey. And this evening, we are here to make history again and to present to you the person, none other than Dr. Patricia Bartlette. And she has put herself forward in order to represent the good people of St. John's. And she comes presenting herself manifestly, but knowing that there is a mission, there is a journey, and the journey is a very simple one, my dear friends. That is to restore Nevis to being the Queen of the Caribbean. You see, my dear friends, Nevis has lost its way with the present administration. We've gone from Queen to being servant. We've gone from being the queen in the palace to simply being a mere servant, depending on the crumbs that fall from the federal table. I am saying to you, my dear people, that tonight, that has to stop. We're finishing with that done tonight. And so here we have a viable community, but her country. So permit me, my dear friends, to tell you a bit about my good friend, Dr. Patricia Bartlette. And I want you to bear with me, because Dr. Bartlette is coming up against the Premier of Nevis. And so I want to demonstrate to you, the good people of NRP and Nevis, that her record, and it might be humbling for me to say that it is indeed comparable. But I would say, my dear friends, I will go a bit further. I will be bold enough, because Dr. Bartlette's record is not only comparable, but it has surpassed that of the Honorable Premier. And I can be bold in saying that, and I am going to tell you why this evening. So bear with me.
Because he's a superstar. They're Mexican.
My dear friends, Dr. Patricia Bartlette has demonstrated from a very early age that she had a vision, not only for herself, but for the people of Nevis. You know why? She has served for a number of years, 40 sterling years as a civil servant. She has set her record and achieved and served the good people of Nevis with distinction. I can say to you, if we were to compare that to her opponent, I can say to you that they have not served the people of Nevis prior to coming into politics. But Dr. Bartlette has. So I will say to you on that note, she has surpassed it. My dear people, Dr. Bartlette has demonstrated that she can plan. We see it in her life. She was the first female veterinarian in St. Kitts and Nevis. And she hails from Brown Hill. That's a woman who had a plan, a strategic plan for her life. She took her training and her skill very seriously, and for a very long time, she was the sole veterinarian Nevis. And so we have to be proud and celebrate her contribution. My dear friends, the journey continues, because Dr. Bartlette has also proven that she has a set of skills. She's an entrepreneur. And when many of us were out there wondering, can we have a place where all of us can meet and celebrate our momentous occasions? Well, Dr. Bartlette said, yes, we can. And through her creativity and her innovation, and remember I told you, her ability to plan and her vision and foresight, Dr. Bartlette decided to establish the occasion.
I don't want to talk about
people. Dr. Bartlette, like I said before, she, in my respectful view, has surpassed her opponent tremendously. She is not only an achiever and not only a person who talks, but she's a person who is able to back her talk with some action. Something that is lacking in this country. A quality that is lacking from the leader of this country. So my dear friends, if Dr. Bartlette has been able to do all of this before coming to politics, before coming to the Nevis Reformation Party, what do you think she's going to do now that she's here? And she is indeed a champion. Thank you, DJ. We can only imagine the great things that are yet to come. And so, to my good people of St. John's, and all other constituencies, let us not take for granted, let us not take for granted the step that Dr. Bartlette has made this evening, because she's coming to you with dignity and humility, and she's answering the call of humanity and presenting herself so that she can move Nevis forward. It is an honest mission, a noble mission, but my dear friends, let us not be fooled. There will be many challenges ahead, but I can assure you that Dr. Bartlette has faced many challenges in her lifetime, and she has demonstrated that she can deal with challenges and adversity, and she can prove herself to be pioneer and visionary in many circumstances. So, my dear friends, I am comfortable. I lay on my pillow and I sleep comfortably at night, knowing that St. John's is in good and safe hands. Someone who has not only the intellect, but the experience and the support to deliver and deliver with distinction. Someone who is not only here to talk, but who has demonstrated that she can take action, who has demonstrated that she can create history and build something. And you, my dear people, you have seen her work, you have seen evidence. It is not just all talk, it's action supported by evidence. So I say, my dear people, people of St. John's, I beg, I plead with you this evening to give Dr. Bartlette your support at the polls. Give her the opportunity. Do not listen to the naysayers. Everybody has a story, and our story is what makes us. Our story is our history. And so, do not worry about what took place in the past and who supported and one who didn't support you. Let us look forward to the future. Let us thank her for putting herself forward today in the present. And let us look forward to what she can bring to the table to restore Nevis back to being the queen of the Caribbean. So, my dear people, on behalf of Nevis 5, Dr. Bartlette, I say to you that you have our full support. We thank you for joining us on this journey, and we are here with you. I know the people of St. George's, because I see Auntie Patsy over there. You have their full support. I know, well, I know this unequivocally because the good leader is sitting next to her, and she's a dear friend. So no doubt you have the support of the good people of St. John's and St. Paul's, no exception. I sit here and I see at the very front Mr. Colin Paris. I also see the president of the St. Paul's constituency branch, Dr. Daly. So there is no doubt in my mind that you have the full support of the good people of St. Paul's. And so, St. John's, I come to you. And just from the numbers here this evening, I can say that the evidence is clear that Dr. Bartlette has the full support of the constituency of St. John's. So, my dear people, I ask you to give us your support, give us the opportunity, give us the chance to bring change, well needed and well deserved change to this country. We have presented ourselves to serve you and only you. So give us that chance. Give Dr. Bartlette your full support, simply because she deserves it and she wants to ensure that she's able to better the lives of all Nevisians. I thank you, my dear people.